We are now going to see Shiina take on Lennli.
Yeah, we did see Shiina play earlier, and also Lennli. We did see Shiina losing against Malfunction, who had a phenomenal game. Meanwhile, Lennli took a pretty nice victory 2-0 over Anu, and now he's playing another Japanese player. So let's see if Shiina can maybe revenge his teammate. As we see, if Shiina wins, he is passing Lennli in the standings. So definitely something on the line here. Both won 44 matches. Quite nice.
Big match coming up between two very qualified players. You see the stats here, and they are incredibly close. Lennli with the higher win percentage, Shiina with the better accuracy, and they're almost even in average time guessing. So expect to see a very close matchup between these two players.
Yes, it's going to be very close. We do see the higher win rate on Lennli's screen, which is interesting because they are basically on the same amount of points. But Lennli just wins more of these matchups.
It's all about the 2-0s versus the 2-1s.
Exactly.
I think, in this case. So we now get the game going. Lennli ready. Shiina ready. Round number 1 is upon us.
I was about to say, get your GGs ready, but the chat is already filled with them. So
yeah, exactly.
Don't have to mention that one. As we move into the US for the first round, we do have the Southern Pines yet again. Those are the quite nice pines to reach, I guess, this country. Now, as to which state exactly, Toby, that's all you. Tell us.
Yes.
Tell us.
I'm gonna wait for like 21 seconds, and then I'll come with my prediction.
Okay, so you don't want to spoiler the players with the
No,
5K.
exactly.
Okay.
I think it would be too easy if I just instantly gave everyone the info. We'll want to see the players, try and see if they can find it first as well, which they're taking the time in doing. Of course, tricky round here, as Lennli is going to go towards the east coast. Shiina is on the north side of Florida, it seems like. No, or maybe up towards Georgia. Both in and around. It's going to be inside South Carolina. Lennli is on point.
Good start. Quick sip. Also something I noticed a lot of players are doing, just taking a very little sip after every guess. Maybe it's just...
Stay hydrated, man.
Stay hydrated, but also maybe like a quick little reset. Yes, Yes?
This is probably one of the best starting locations we've seen in a long time.
I mean...
You're in the middle of an intersection, and there's info on both sides.
Yes, and two very big towns as well. Very close, close to the one round we had in the Shiina Malfunction game. So
even more signs.
Yeah, why not?
There's so many signs in this intersection. Thank you, South Africa. If every place was like this, it would be so much easier to learn GeoGuessr.
Yep. It would be easier. We see
then again,
both of them scanning in the right town. Now it's just about who is making the lineup.
Any 10Ks in the chat? Get them ready.
Come on, I think Lennli is on.
Get them ready. Shiina might have something here. Or maybe not. I'm not sure if it lines up directly, if it goes off a bit to the side.
I think Lennli has it.
No,
I think Lennli has it.
He might be on point. Shiina has gone a bit further out on the side. Oh, he might have been hovering it there, and I think Lennli has it too. He does indeed. He started off the previous game with a 5K in round 2. He ended it with a 5K, and now he starts off this matchup with 1 yet again.
What a cold start by Lennli. Nice region guess in the US. And then the 5K in the next round, and it seems like we're back in the US. And we have a lake. Maybe 5K-able.
Could be.
Maybe.
It's not train tracks, so we'll see if Shiina can find it anyway. He doesn't have train track buff this round.
No train tracks here.
What are you thinking, state-wise?
I don't even want to mention my guesses because
you have to.
I'm so clueless here. I don't want to say it.
Hovering northern Washington.
Very committed. Seems like both of them.
Shiina's up there as well.
We do have some mountains though that fits more for eastern Washington near Idaho border, and that's kind of where Lennli is looking right now.
Yeah, pretty big body of water. Shiina zooming in, following the lake all the way up, trying to see if it lines up with the location he's currently in, but not liking what he's seeing so far. He's jumping around, knows that he hasn't found the right lake. He's gonna try and readjust, and it was all the way down in Wyoming.
Yellowstone National Park. And
unfortunate.
That is quite unfortunate.
Good for Lennli though, is that he gets to stay ahead for Shiina. Not so much down, 2,000 points now coming into round 4.
Yeah, still gathered some points in that round, but there was definitely more on the table. As we see another South Africa round here. This time, they have to find the signs that are useful. they're not given to them. Although we have phone codes there. Not sure how familiar Shiina is with them. But it seems like he is somewhat familiar because he instantly zoomed into the map after looking at that sign. And landscape-wise, I like it.
Yeah. No commitments just yet. We have seen on rare occasion that Shiina goes for a quick guess, but I feel like it's only when he's really under pressure and he feels forced to change the pacing to try and get the upper hand against his opponent. But so far, not quite the case. He's gonna go down towards the south of South Africa. Again, no commitments just yet. Now Lennli is there to follow. He's gonna go further up towards the north. Distance in between the two. It's gonna be east.
Yeah, not too bad for Lennli here. He's gonna lose a few points, but could have been worse. Could have been worse for sure. I think Shiina's first guess was way closer, but he kind of opted to go a bit more west. Maybe be more safe.
It's a very small micro readjustments that when you do micro readjustments for 20 seconds, you just click, 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 and all of a sudden you're 200 kilometers away from where you started. So now, head into round number 5.
Also something GeoGuessr players really like to do is those micro adjustments. I don't know why, but it just feels good. In the last few seconds, just adjusting a bit.
It's like when you watch football and they have to throw the ball back in, and then they keep walking forward before they throw it. In the end, they're like 10 meters further up the field than where they actually started, which we all hate to see. But at least, one thing you like to see is the Avenue Estate, which is where Lennli currently finds himself, or at least it's about to be built. They're both, again, looking in and around the same area here.
Yeah, both looking in the Western Victoria region. That's kind of where you get dry coverage, but it's also like a few lone standing ridges. Kinda. But also Shiina looking in the east, but I think they're both very well in the west there. Yep.
Definitely. Very qualified guesses on both parties. As Lennli will come up victorious in that round, but it's not really gonna write off too much of Shiina's health. Still sat just over half, I mean a bit over half actually, of the health bar of his opponent.
And back in North America, we have the yellow line in the middle again. Now this time...
Snowmobile sign.
Snowmobile sign. That is very rare in the US, and we have it. I was about to say we have a Quebec bollard, but then he moved. Is it a Quebec bollard? Didn't really see it. But we will have more chances to hopefully see some meta.
We can go 50 miles per hour down this street, I'm a little terrified.
Oh, you can go 30, okay.
We're changing up the
But those were definitely French, and there's a Quebec number, 337.
Yeah.
Will we see a find here? Maybe.
Could be. How much time are you willing to spend on this, Lennli, for the few extra points? Also, how much more time are you willing to give Shiina if you feel like you're in the right area? They've gone down the same road, so they have the same info available. Shiina is a couple of clicks away from being in the exact same intersection there, but now they're literally on the same spot. They both have the same info available, and they both are in the same vicinity.
It seems like Lennli has found something because he's zooming more and more in, so... yeah, pretty close guess. Might have been on the correct road.
Minimal damage once again, but Lennli maintains his lead. Shiina would want to even things out here. Of course, there's still a couple of rounds until that round 10 comes through, but want to get it even up, or maybe even get ahead, even before we get there.
Yep. And so far, the PC has definitely paid off, and we have this language. This is only found in Gujarat. I imagine it's just called Gujarati, but I'm not even sure about that. But we see...
What language do they speak in Gujarat? They speak Gujarati. There you go.
Okay, makes sense.
Good on you.
I like it.
Good on you. They're both going to be in and around the same city. Shiina this time going to be closer by 120 kilometers. So with the multipliers, 1,500 damage done, and just like that, the scoreboards are practically evened up as we now get into round number 8.
Yep, 3 rounds left to go, even playing field, and we're back in Philippines, I thought. Yes, I'll say Cebuana, but don't be fooled. That doesn't mean we're in Cebu. But there was a sign to Siquijor, which is a very small city, and Lennli skipped over that. So this could be very big.
On teeny tiny island.
Yeah, that's the island name, Siquijor.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
That's why I just said it.
Now Lennli is there as well. He's committing to it. Shiina, you have 12 seconds to second guess yourself. This is where I feel like Shiina usually becomes his own worst enemy.
I mean, I think he will still go for it.
Ooh.
Yes.
I clicks. Okay. Clicks commits. Oh, a little bit out in the water. Goes back on. The micro readjustments there in the end almost got the better of him. But he will be closer this time around. And, well, he's not ahead yet. But the scores are as even as can be.
The funniest thing is he would have maybe been closer in the water just east of the coast.
Yeah, true, probably would have. But now, a round that could end it all, potentially at least. It's round 9, 5 times multipliers.
Pretty easy.
Even scoreboards. Oh, well, okay. Sorry for trying to set up the hype, they just knew.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy city. Use no Sakhalin, Sky with mountains on both sides. I think Shiina will get it as well.
Fair enough. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Very recognizable ridge, also the grid. Sorry to say it, but these players are too good. These players are too good. They're too good.
And then you know what? I love it. Ding!
Bing.
They're tied.
Last round.
And now, everyone, let us know in chat who you're cheering for. Round 10, and they are under 100 points apart. They could be so incredibly close. They could be 100 meters apart, and they could still determine the winner in this round.
Well, they do get a big country, though, again, with US, so I think the 3rd US round and the 4th North America round in this seed. For better or for worse, let's see if anyone can find anything. Ooh, adopt the highway signs are state-specific, but that does not seem to have a symbol on it.
Both of these guys have played an incredible game. The fact they're both sat above 3,500 into round 10 is really, really well done. A rare Shiina first, as he gets the guess in on the western side of North Carolina. Lennli, 5 seconds to go. Where are you gonna go, my man? He's gonna go down towards Alabama. It's gonna be a massive difference in between them. Could be right in between. Is it gonna be? Is it not? It is gonna be up in North Carolina. And that's gonna be Shiina out victorious, taking game number 1.
Yeah, Shiina folding his hands together there. Thankful for winning that game. I mean, as you said, we went into the last round with a difference of 100 points and both above 3k points.
Lennli left. I know it was a long game, Lennli, but it was only move.
Okay.
You gotta play. Oh, there he is. Great. Welcome back.
Okay,
He had to get some more water. I think that was what it was.
Yeah, maybe.
He ran to the fridge. Yeah, ran to the fridge to get some more water. But here we are waving. Welcome back. Of course, Shiina doesn't know what happened on the other screen. As we now get into game 2.
And that means no more moving. But still hard rounds, though, because we are in Indonesia here. Now the question is, who knows their roofs better?
Yeah, it's a good question. Who do you think?
You know what they say about blue roofs, right?
No, you have to answer the question you just asked. Who knows the roofs better, Lennli or Shiina?
I'd say Lennli. He's pretty good at Indonesia, and he also hangs out a lot with Kodiak, who's definitely one of the best in Indonesia, so...
Roofineer?
Surely something has stuck in his mind. Manado is very committed. They do have the combination of sometimes tiled roofs. Wow, wait, we have
to Elysia here. They're way apart.
There's like 4,000 kilometers between these two guesses.
Yup.
It is round 1, though.
For both parties that it's round 1, so it's not. Oh, Shiina, you know, hands off the mouse, going. I don't have anything better. He's gonna log in last second, and they're both gonna be off with the last second readjustment. Laughs come through. As awkward round happening there, but again, tricky one at that too.
Yeah, Lennli could have maybe gathered 1,000 points if he stayed in the place where he was. But decided last second to switch, and it just ended up being in a completely different place nobody even thought of. Now, we are in Australia, and there was like a green sign, and there's usually 2 letters on them, and it gives you the abbreviation of the next town on that road and the kilometers to it. So it's kind of helpful.
Okay.
As we see, there should be a T town 130 kilometers north.
Let's see. As you said, in and around the same area. Pack Saddle is where Shiina opted to go. He's going to be at least closest to the target here as he finds himself on point. But still, I mean, even when he is right, Lennli is right there next to him. These two guys are playing. We said coming into it was going to be a very close game, and it truly has been.
I mean, the first game was basically just coming down to one guess, and Shiina found a very good sign in the US. As we go into this round, I think Greece and Spain are possible, but Greece should be the standard guess here. the exposed mountain.
Gonna go. Both looking in around the same area northwest of Athens. Anything you can read on the blue box down there? I'm not quite sure, but doesn't matter. Time runs out, and it is in fact gonna be Greece, just a bit further down towards the south. But good guesses on both the parts.
Yeah, slow start. That only means that multipliers increase each round.
Oh yeah.
And we're already at 2.5x. And so far, not really that much has happened as we go into Thailand here. Few hills here and there, but mostly flat.
West side Thailand, at least a hover for Shiina early on. Not fully committed to it just yet. What is he looking for here? Is it the mountains in the distance? Is it more like trees and foliage to region guess specifically? What are you thinking?
I think it's the mountains and the flatness. I really like more east. My guess was even max northeast, like Kalasin, but a bit committed. Maybe guessing the middle is a bit more reasonable.
Lennli is working his way, it seems like, further up towards the northeast, but not, as you said, fully committing all that way there. But there is definitely some distance in between the two guesses here. Shiina still committing towards the western side. Lennli is going to be the first one to log in, a bit further central than where Shiina is, and this is going to be even further out there. So Lennli, good on him to head in that direction. Nets him a 2,000 damage hit onto Shiina.
Yeah, we see more and more how important Thailand is going to be in the future, just because it's very hard to just guess based off vibes. It just shows more and more. As we see this kilometer marker,
K364.
Yeah, usually that means we're 364 kilometers from the 0 stone in Manila. So you know the distance from Manila. It could be north and it can be south of it. So now you have to be like, okay, are we 300 kilometers south or are we 300 kilometers north?
Oh, they're gonna go on each their side. It seems like, at least. Shiina hasn't locked in yet. It could be a bait just because wide on this road it goes south. These roads could bend and curve in so many different ways. He's gonna go further south, but it is gonna be up there. Stuck with his hunch. It's gonna be a decent size of damage as well, given how far off Lennli was. So, now finds himself in the lead by just around, or just under, I should say, 800 points.
Yeah, I mean, Lennli definitely was 300 kilometers away from Manila, but on the wrong side. Meanwhile, Shiina was basically in Manila, basically hedging the middle. But it worked out.
Sky Rifts. Sky Rifts.
Okay.
Shout out to Zigzag. Taught me Sky Rifts on my second day of GeoGuessr, and it has stuck with me ever since. So good on him.
Until you get around with rifts in Senegal, and then you go Albania or Senegal.
I guess they can throw you off too, but I wouldn't, and they wouldn't either. Smart on them to commit here towards the center, a bit further up towards the north, but can't really complain too much about two guesses like that.
Nope. I mean, Albania will not decide this game, potentially. I mean, could always. But would you look at this?
Uh-oh. I mean, Shiina has lost a couple of Japan rounds as of late. We'll see if he can get this one here. There's a lot of info to go by. You don't have any direct reads on the polls. But Takamatsu, Shiina seems very committed. Instantly zooming in. Ooh, with the lock in as well. A rare, not insta-lock, but quick there too from Shiina. Maybe he knows. Maybe he's cooking.
Who knows?
Ooh. It is going to be up there. Shiina near 1 kilometer out. Nothing you can do about it if you're Lennli. And that is going to be a 2-0 for Shiina, taking it home in his home country.
That is the Shiina I know. Locking in the high multiplier rounds. We just saw the win on US and then in his home country in Japan. I mean, what can Lennli do there, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Tough one to end it on. But
also wild that we've had